Good news for anyone panicking about the April 5th deadline for national insurance top-ups. The government is allowing a little wiggle room. My name is Jack Reivers and welcome to this week's episode of Tax Tidbits, where right now you can voluntarily fill gaps in your NI record all the way back to 2006, but after April 5th, you'll only be able to cover the last 6 years. This is important as plugging a few years could make all the difference on the number of qualifying years you need to receive the state pension. While the deadline of April 5th still technically stands, if you request a callback from the DWP before this date, you'll still be able to make payments later. This is mostly because their phone lines are more jammed than the M25 on a bank holiday weekend. So if you've got gaps, maybe you lived abroad, took time off, or just weren't paying attention, now's the time to check. Just make sure topping up actually makes sense for you financially. Chancellor Rachel Reeves is sharpening the budget scissors and setting aside billions in welfare and government spending cuts ahead of the spring statement later this month. Rising inflation, borrowing costs, and global trade drama has wiped out her financial wiggle room from the autumn budget, so now it's time for some tough choices. In other words, cuts people won't like. The Office for Budget Responsibility will give the numbers a once-over before the statement, with expectations of some politically painful trims, especially to health-related benefits. Reeves insists all this is necessary to keep Britain financially stable because apparently a budget with breathing room is just too much to ask for these days. The UK government has launched an independent commission to gather public ideas on how to fix England and Wales' disastrous water industry, because between sewage spills and skyrocketing bills, things have gone down the drain. Led by ex-Bank of England bigwig Sir John Cunliffe, the new commission is asking the public, investors and experts how to clean up the mess, literally. Nationalisation is off the table at the minute as it's too pricey, so they're hoping private investors will cough up the cash for infrastructure upgrades needed. With a report due in June, Sir John promises big, bold changes. Let's just hope they don't get flushed away. Zero-hour agency workers are getting a bit more job security, kind of. Under new rules in the Employment Rights Bill, if their shifts get cancelled at the last minute, they'll be eligible for compensation, though last minute is still a bit vague. They'll also have the option to be put on contracts that guarantee a set number of hours per week, calculated based on their usual workload. Unions are cheering for these changes, but industry reps worry this could mess with the flexibility some workers actually like. This is just one change that is expected to be announced in the Employment Rights Bill on Tuesday, so come back next week for more info. HMRC is sending out brown envelopes, aka stress-inducing letters, from April to warn sole traders and landlords that reported earnings over 50k on their 2024 tax return that they may need to comply with Making Tax Digital for income tax from April 2026. Those earning between 45 and 50k will also get a heads up, but the final decision will depend on their 2025 tax returns. If you do get a letter, don't panic. Accountants have known about this for a while, so they will have plans in place for you. If you're unsure how this will affect you, contact your accountant for advice. Thanks for tuning into this week's episode of Tax Tidbits. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss an update. Catch you in the next one.